Go ahead and tell them that, just so it's established.
All right.
Yeah.
How you guys doing? So right that Jerry wanted me to get on here. I have a foot issue at the moment, so I am not participating in spring ball. I mean, I'll be back by the summer with a full recovery and all that. So just wanted to get that out the way before we get started.
Let's start out with Bill Rabinowitz from the Dispatch. Bill, go ahead and lead us off.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Well, just you know, all the upperclassmen have bided your time, waited for this moment, and for you in particular, having this injury, how frustrating was that? But just in a more general sense, how hard has it been to be patient, and describe your state of mind in finally getting your chance?
Yeah, so I mean that's evident. Me and kind of the older guys now have been waiting our time for a while. It's frustrating at times, but you're playing behind great players, Buckeye greats that will be remembered forever, that really set the tone for us, and that really kind of guided the way for us. So now we know how to act, how to do things, and it's a mindset that it's our time now to prove ourselves as that linebacker core, and that there won't be a drop off between those older guys that have played for the past 3-4 years. So just kind of proving ourselves, and it's our time to take over now. So we're just going through spring, trying to get better and take over that void.
All right, thank you.
All righty, let's go next to Dave Biddle, 247. Dave.
How did you hurt your ankle?
I mean, I don't really want to talk about it. It's just a foot injury. I'll be back up.
Okay, fair enough. Another question: when you heard the Al Washington news that was floating out there, were you concerned about that, and how happy were you when you heard that Coach Washington was not taking the Tennessee job? He was coming back.
Yeah, so Coach Wash is an incredible coach. He got offered a great job. As a player for him, you don't want to see a good coach like that leave. But it obviously it was a great opportunity for him to become a defensive coordinator. So whatever route he took, I was in support of. But he said firmly that he wants to stay with us. All the guys were excited to have him back. It's just a guy like that. He's capable of so much. You're happy for him either way, but you love to have him.
Thank you.
All righty, we'll go next to Austin Ward from Letterman Row. Austin.
Yeah, so when you think about missing spring or having that taken away from you guys last year, and then you not being able to participate fully this spring, do you look at that as a big deal? Are you concerned about what that means for your development, or what's your outlook on that when you've missed maybe 2 springs in a row?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously it's hard. Spring is a time to develop, your skill set and stuff like that. But things happen. You just got to find a different way. It means watching more film, different types of lifting, focusing on things that I can focus on, and stuff like that. Developing the way that I can, even though that I can't, practice with my teammates and all that. It's tough not to be able to practice, but being back by summer and stuff like that, I'll be able to develop myself pretty well. It'll just be closer to the season in that aspect.
All righty, next up, let's go to Nathan Baird, Cleveland.com.
Guys, I want to get your perspective on what's happening at that Sam linebacker position this spring. People have kind of looked and thought that you and Taraja are kind of that you've been on those 2 inside spots. What is, from your perspective, who's competing? Who are you intrigued by there at Sam linebacker?
Specifically, I can't say anything about that, because we, as a linebacker core, we preach being versatile in different areas. So one day, Kayvon might play Sam, he might play Will, he might play Mike. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like a set thing that I can say this guy looks really good at Sam or this or the other. It's just more, spring's a time where you can focus on concept teaching and stuff like that, and building, a better understanding of the defense, which helps you play better. So people play different positions a lot. It's hard to judge that, I would say.
All righty, let's go next to Joey Kaufman from the Dispatch. Joey.
Now, also, is there anything you're able to do this spring other than obviously you're out with the foot, but are you watching more film? Are you following coaches at practice? Can you what are you trying to do to kind of stay prepared?
Yeah, so Just watching film, watching practice, trying to help the guys with what I see. Watching specific guys. I'm helping them, the younger guys specifically, like Reed and Tommy and all the younger guys. Basically, watching film and trying to help them with what I know, and helping them perform in practice and stuff. So really, just film and doing what I can.
Alrighty, next up, Dan Hope, 11 Warriors.
Dallas, when you are healthy, do you see yourself, being at that middle linebacker spot where you were last year?
Yeah. Right now, I'm not totally sure, but yes, I think that I will be playing middle linebacker.
And who are the guys that you're seeing right now at that spot with you being out that are impressing you?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, who are the guys with you being out that are impressing you right now, just watching them?
Yeah, so I think that our group is I'm not just trying to say that just to avoid the question, but I think a lot of the guys are, playing very well at the moment. Taraj is playing well, Kayvon's playing well, Tommy's playing really well. And also the younger guys are really playing hard. Reed's playing hard. I could say literally something about all of them. I know it's kind of, avoiding your question, but the way I see it, everybody's working hard, trying to get better. It's just good to see the guys out there hungry.
All right, we'll go next to Jeremy Birmingham, Letterman Row. Jeremy.
Hey, Dallas, obviously you guys losing, the 4 main linebackers from a year ago coming into the spring was as much about finding new leaders in that room as opposed to finding players on the field. Is this an opportunity for you with the spring being open for you now to really step up in that role? And how do you see yourself developing as a leader when you can't be on the field?
Yeah, that's a good one. With losing those 4 guys, those are really, they were big leadership guys. 2 of them were captains, and then 2 others played a really big part in leading this group and leading this team. I think that that role has been put upon me and the other guys in the room, me being me, Taraja, and Kayvon, to be leaders and examples through this spring and through really the whole year and the rest of our time here, becoming leaders and stepping up into that role. Because as much as we need to step up with our production and playing and all that, we also need to step up as leaders as well. So, it's a big stride that you have to take. I think spring's a good time to do it. Winter workouts was also a good time to do it. Just stepping into that role.
Does not playing this spring make it harder to do that? Or do you find that it actually opens up you more for more of a mentorship role?
Yeah, I think you're right with the mentorship role, just helping guys on the side with what I see and stuff like that. Obviously, it's not the same not being out there and being that voice, to push people when I'm out there doing the work with you. But just kind of being on the side as a mentor, just seeing things and helping people with little steps and stuff like that is where the leadership would come in for me. And then obviously it'd be different for people that are out there like Taraj.
Right. Thanks, man.
All right, I got time for 2 more with Dallas. We'll go to Tim May first, and then we'll finish it up with Patrick Murphy's. Tim.
Yeah, Dallas, you're getting to watch a lot, and 2 quickies. Number one, how tough are mental reps? Do mental reps really get you into the mix of the action? Of course, I don't mean physically. And then number 2, who's flashing to you on the offensive side of the ball, especially after you guys finally put pads on the yesterday? Who just flashed at you that you go, man, got to keep an eye on that dude?
Yeah. So for the second question, because I short-term memory, I forgot your first one.
Yeah, that's all right.
For the second question, I would say Chris Olave, obviously. That dude can run. So just watching tape and stuff like that, he's working hard. He came back for a reason, with the purpose, and you can really tell that he's running hard, making plays all over the field. As far as offensive, other than that, I can't really tell yet. It's only day 3.
Yeah. Does it look like you're in good hands, though, quarterback-wise? Do you see some talent there? What do you see there?
Yeah, those guys are slinging it. Those guys are really slinging it. I wouldn't say one particular or anything like that. They can all sling the ball. Seeing them, you could see more of them as the spring goes on with pads and how they react to pressure and certain stuff like that. But I think we're in good hands. We're in really good hands.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
All righty, and last question for Dallas, Patrick Murphy. Patrick.
Dallas, we've talked to you guys before about, waiting your turn and whatnot, but how much as a group have you guys talked about your class, this being that opportunity and really seeing kind of a light at the end of the tunnel now that there's really no one older than you guys standing in front of you?
Right. So, I mean, that's something that's stuck us together, all this time is all three of us being in the same position, kind of. We just, the past years, we've just been putting our head down and just going to work, trying to get better every day for when this moment would come. And it's here. So it's time to show out. And, it's something that, it makes it easier to come every day knowing that, it's something to prove and something that we've been working up towards. And it's kind of that time now just to show up and show out.
All righty, Dallas, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.
Yep, no problem.